Hello and welcome. You are listening to the At Home with Ifeno podcast. This podcast is for anyone, male and female, who believes that the home is the cornerstone and foundation of a flourishing society and a better world. Here, we'll guide you through the intricate journey of building a home that's not just a physical space. Whether you are single, preparing to share your life with another, a couple cultivating a shared dream, or parents tending to the garden of their children's hearts. Every other week, we'll talk about topics like practical tips on managing family finances, creating a beautiful home, conversations on courtship, marriage, parenting, and much more. The At Home with Ifeno podcast offers a rich tapestry of inspiration and support. Join us as we explore creating homes where love resides, families thrive in wisdom, and the seeds of a brighter future are sown, just as God intended. I am your host, Ifoma Nneka Omoniyi. Hello, and welcome to At Home with Ifeno. How are you today? It's a great day, you know. Wow. I know many of us are on our way to work. Some of us are at home. Some of us might even be driving. Wherever you are globally, I just want to say good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whatever the time it is, wherever you are connecting with us. Today is a great day with great opportunities, and I am really excited because I have a very special personality with me today. I'm not alone. Yes. And today's topic is one that I believe we will really glean wisdom and a lot from. But before I welcome my guest, I just want to make sure that you are okay, you are fine, and I just want you to take away every distraction that, might steal this important time, because this is an investment of your time as you listen to today's episode on At Home with Ifeno. Now, today we are going to be talking about a particular area in marriage, but I would like to just read a short part of my guest's bio. So I have a wonderful personality today, and I'll just read a little of his bio before he comes up. Dr. Israel Oladipo is a training consultant with special interest in leadership and relationship management, human potential development, entrepreneurship, capacity building, productivity improvement techniques, and leadership dynamics. He is a family practitioner, relationship coach, and a marriage mentor. He's an author and has authored books titled, one is titled, I Am God's Idea, Not Yours. Another title of his book is Marriage in Life and Ministry. And I think the latest he has just released is Relationship Intelligence, Understanding the Basic Concept of Marital Bliss. And I add this, he is happily married. So please, I just want us to give a very warm welcome to Dr. Israel Oladipo. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much, sir. I know that it's an honor to have you because of your very busy schedule, and I trust that today will be a rewarding time for every one of us. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation.
Thank you so much.
I just want to ask Dr. Oladipo, how are you today, sir? I hope you are doing well. How is everything with you?
Yes, I'm doing well. Everybody's fine. We are moving one day at a time. God has been faithful.
Good to have you on At Home with Ifeno. So
Thank
today,
you.
I want us to talk about marriage. And
Okay.
I believe that there is no better person to talk about today's topic because, first of all, you are married, and not just married, but married with a lot of experience. I'm sure Dr. Dipo is closing in on, if not already a grandfather, or very soon he will be one. So he
Yeah.
has the experience of being married. He's not just a relationship coach, but he's into even the business of marriage. So our topic for
Yes.
today is emotional divorce, the slow drift apart. Emotional divorce, the slow drift apart. So when you saw this topic, what was the first thing that came to your mind?
So basically, what came to my mind was a drifting. So
Mm,
basically, when we have emotional divorce, we are simply moving from our major commitment, our love life, the commitment, the love we have with our partner. We just discovered that one way or the other, the butterfly is no longer there, the passion is
mm,
no longer there, the commitment is no longer there. Everything that makes a partner, that makes you married to your partner, the blue skies, everything that tingles you, all those things are no longer there. And the moment it gets to that point, anything can happen. So you just discover that you're no longer comfortable at home. You no longer enjoy staying with your partner. You're no longer interested in staying with the person. So the moment it gets to that point, then something definitely is really wrong. So we need to really find a way or the other to just make sure we don't get to a point where we drift from our relationship. Most of the time, it happens because we don't invest. We have this idea that relationship is automatic. Nothing works in autopilot. It doesn't work in autopilot. It's manual. So you have to intentionally water it. You have to intentionally look over it, work it out. If you work it out, it will work out. So emotional divorce is something that comes in gradually, and before you know it, it becomes something major.
wow. Wow. I
Yeah.
never knew that there was something like emotional divorce before I even stumbled on this topic. So I'm
Wow.
sure some listeners are wondering, they are like, which one is emotional divorce, Dr. Oladipo? The one I know is divorce, as in we go to the court and we say we don't want to do again. So is there any way you can differentiate, between what a legal divorce is and this emotional divorce? I know you've just said something about it, but maybe some of my listeners need more clarity, because maybe some of us are experiencing the emotional divorce and we do not know that that is what it is called. So I don't know if you can throw more light in the difference between the normal divorce that we know as in the legal one and this emotional one that could come gradually and we are not even aware of what is going on.
All right. So let's start from the legal one. Basically, when it comes to marriage, let me say three major things are quite important. That is the
Mm,
family consent. After the family consent, which means the two families we need to agree. It's not only the man and the woman alone, because as a man, as a woman, you are basically from the family. So the family consent is important. The second one is the state. That is what we call the registry. Okay, it's
mm,
quite important. Then for Christians, then we can talk about the blessing of the church, or what some people call the white wedding. Okay,
mm,
so in priority now, the family consent is one, the state is two, before we can even have the church. Okay, now when you are now having a legal divorce, what stands under the law in Nigeria today is
mm,
what you will do through the courts, through the registry. Okay, because
mm,
before you can even be legally married in Nigeria, you have to have that state agreement, or what we call the registry marriage. You have to go to the court, get married, have your certificates from that, because that is what we use. You want to travel out, and that is
mm,
what Nigerian law recognizes. I'm trying to explain this way so that we can really understand. So when there's a normal legal divorce, which means you are picking a form from the court, you are filling it or writing your lawyer to formally notify your partner that the relationship is no longer consummated, and you will fill it, you will sign it, and you will offer it to that person to countersign as an agreement. As long as the other person did not sign, nothing holds. Okay, nothing before the law is still legally married. Okay, so it's when you get to that point and the other partner signs and there's a total break in a relationship, that is where we can really say that legally they have been able to divorce. But until they go through that process, they are not legally divorced. Okay, so that one is there. So when it comes to emotional divorce, let me just give you some signs. They may not even go to the court, they may not do any other thing, but the moment you discover consistent lack of intimacy, you are together with your partner, it's going to 1 month, it's going to 2 years, it goes to 3 years, no intimacy, that's a problem. Another thing you can look is that the way you used to communicate before, you talk, you hold your hands, you peg, you do these things, those things are no longer there, that's a drift. So lack of communication is there. No emotional attachment. You travel, you are not even missing your partner, you are not even missing your wife. It makes no sense whether you're going to work or back, you just remain the same, then that's a problem there. Okay, it gets to a point that even when it comes to communication, maybe communication is even breaking down. Even talking with the house is becoming complicated. When one is saying A, the other person is speaking B. When one is saying one word, the other person is returning with 10 words. It's now becoming like a football match or what, even a wrestling match, and one is basically looking for crisis and problems. So it's something, when you notice things like that, there's something basically is wrong. When you're becoming distant, do you know why couples shout most of the time? They are right in front of one another and they are shouting, all because emotionally there's a distance between them. And that is why a couple can sit close by themselves and they will still whisper, or they were one person is one room, or maybe they're even within the same room, but they are not screaming, they are not shouting, and they are communicating. That is closeness, that is intimacy. But the moment somebody is standing right by your feet, right looking at you, and you are not screaming and shouting, you are shouting because internally and emotionally there's a distance between you, and that is why basically we are doing that. All right, then when it's getting worse, when we have heightened level of destructive conflict, you fight easily, you argue easily, you don't understand yourself, so it's becoming something else. And before you know, if what you are missing at home is becoming something major, it may lead to infidelity outside, because what your partner is not giving to you, believe me, somebody is ready to offer it to you outside for free. So when it's getting to that, that's a big problem. Then when you are now having irreconcilable differences, you are supposed to be partners in progress, but you are not having differences, you are not having misunderstanding, and these things are just persistent. It's really becoming something big in your hand, to the point that when you go out, you have more peace outside the house than peace in the home. When it gets to that point, then that's a big problem. You are supposed to call your home, a family, where you will enjoy peace of mind, where you will enjoy rest. But the moment you start enjoying peace outside, you are closing from work, you have to hang out in a restaurant, you have to hang out in a club or somewhere under the tree and stay there till late at night in the name of anything, then that's a major problem there, which means there's no coolness, there's no intimacy, there's nothing attracts you back home that makes you eager to return back home. And when those things are there, they are simple signs of emotional distance and emotional divorce. It can go on and on like that. You're having a critical partner, anything you do is wrong, then that is equally a sign. Lack of trust, resentment is coming in. You are always sad when you are in the house. You don't know the next thing that can happen. So when things like that goes on and on and on, these are basic signs of lack emotional divorce. You just discover that there's a big distance between you and your partner. And when it gets to that point, there's a big problem in that.
Wow, wow, wow. This is very serious, sir, because the first thing that Dr. Dipo said is that for the emotional divorce, you don't need papers, as in, for the legal one, you have to go and get a form, and you and your partner have to fill that form before you can say you are legally divorced. But this one, we can still be sleeping on the same bed.
Yeah.
We are still in the same house. We wake up and go out and come back, and this can be happening, and the two people are not together, but people see them as if they are together. This is a very big one, sir. And I want to believe that with your experience in the work you do, have you ever come across any situation like this, sir?
I've been in this work for more than 15 years now. And basically, partners take a lot of things for granted. We always assume the fact that I'm married, then I'm married. No, marriage does not work in autopilot. What attracted you from day one, you have to keep it in that relationship. Now, what you don't work on will not work out. So we have to realize that the partner you have in your life, you have to communicate with them, you have to water them, you have to tender them, you have to take care of them. If you don't do all these basic things that can make them thrive, that we can say that you are into the ministry of nurturing, if you don't get to that point, there's every tendency, because of the pressure of life, because of the economy, because of you are so busy at work, or you're so busy with children, or so busy with several other things, there's every tendency we may start to drift apart. It's so easy, it's so smooth, you may not even notice it, to the point that gradually you are no longer missing your partner. And the moment it gets to that point, it will become a major problem. In the past 15 years, more than 15 years, we've been running relationship programs. I discovered that most of the time when couples come to you, it's all because of, I can't understand her again. It's not even for divorce. It could be because of several other things. It could be for separation. Because at times before it leads to divorce, they will separate, they will stay apart. So after staying apart for quite some time, they will see whether they can come back together. Okay, I'm giving you your peace of mind. Let me give you time to rest. Let me give you time to do your own thing. Let's see whether it will work like that or not. So it goes on like that. So when couples come to you, you discover that it's all because initially it will start as a normal emotional divorce, so to say. Because I've mentioned so many things that can really be attributed to emotional divorce, but we don't see it as something big. By the time you start having conflict, you start having physical abuse, by the time you start having, you are not really thinking about your partner the way you ought to think about your partner, or you are becoming overcritical of your partner. You are seeing changes in appearance, blame game is coming in, and by the time some of these things are unnecessarily coming in, then gradually you are having a problem in your hand. And by the time couples come to you, everything they will talk about revolves around this. There will just be some few ones that, it's lack of one understanding, because we may say, my partner is changing. My partner is not the way they used to be. So many things can lead to that. You may be the one that trigger it. The person may be the one that triggers it. Or maybe because when you are courting, you don't really understand yourself. You just jump into the ship of marriage, and now you are not seeing reality. I usually tell people, when two people are dating, you come in with your best. But the moment you get married, you come in with the rest of, with the reality of yourself. That is when your great self comes to the table. And now, so somebody will not say, when I was dating you, you were nice, you were this, you assisted me, you were supporting me. Anytime you visited me, you will even join me when I'm doing laundry. And so, now the man will tell you, now I'm a man. I'm married. So I was on radio. Not on radio. because everywhere is there on radio. On NTA, I've done 2 interviews in the past few weeks, and I have to really make them understand, because they were asking me, okay, you've been married to close 29 years now. That how have you been able to cope? And I had to tell them, see, I got married to my friend from day one, and we never changed that concept. We never changed that concept from being friends to being husband and wife, husband and wife. One way or the other, legalize this idea. The moment you are a married man, then you have to be tough, you have to be controlling, you have to be no. If you got married as friends, continue as friends. When you were dating, what you do together, maybe jogging together, even staying in the kitchen together, even doing laundry together, anything you were doing together when you were dating, don't stop it, continue it. Because those are the things that will happen, and your partner will be wondering, when we were dating, it was so nice, I was so comfortable with him, I feel so secure. Now the man is married and it's not the Lion of the tribe of Judah, and you're just wondering, okay, what is happening? What is happening right here? Basically, nothing is happening, but the man has a wrong concept. You could not separate the fact that we have what we call a man, a husband, then a father. So it's either to fuse the 3 together, or when you transit from being a man to a father, you have to go to school and learn how to be a father. The major problem for the man and the woman is this: when you go to school, you get before you get your certificate, you write an exam.
Yes.
Okay, you run your tests, you do everything, make sure you pass before you are given a certificate. Okay, but generally that is the standard. But when it comes to marriage, you are not trained. You are not. Nobody has trained you. Nobody taught you. Nobody schooled you. Nobody done anything. And the first day you tell them, okay, I want to get married, the first thing they will do for you is to give you a license. License to do what? Can you imagine somebody having a license without going to a driving school? You have not driven a car all your life, and the first thing done to you is you are offered a driver's license. What may likely happen to you? You'll crash the car, if possible, crash yourself or crash your partner. So when you see a lot of crashes, that is what happened. We are busy giving licenses to unschooled, untrained men and women, and they're calling it marriage. And that is where the problem is. That is why people need to learn. They have to be certificated. They have to go to school. They have to go for coaching. They have to go for conferences. They have to learn, because before they got married, nobody taught them how to be a father, how to be a husband, how to be a mother, and how to be a wife. Nobody was trained. Okay, we are simply learning on the job, and that is wrong.
Wow. Dr. Dipo is already telling us, so we need to learn and unlearn some things. He was saying that if you already have a preconceived mindset of who you are to be, you switch to another mode when you get married, it might cause this emotional divorce. So many things he has said. So, sir, when children are already in the picture in a marriage that is experiencing this emotional divorce, how can this affect them? Can children can children sense that there is something going on with their parents, that they have seen that there is something? Sometimes they even say that children will see some things even beyond what we think they can see. So is it possible that children can sense that mommy and daddy are not happy, or they are not behaving the way we expect or we have seen in the past? And if yes, how can this affect them as children in the house where this emotional divorce has taken place or is on?
Now, this is important, and this is strategic, because children don't learn from what we say. They learn basically from what we do as parents. And adults may forgive themselves and let go if they have gone through maybe counseling or coaching or whatever. But at the same time, children don't forget. Something that's very dangerous in this aspect is that the children may likely replicate exactly what they have seen between their father and their mother. So it's very, very dangerous. And that is why when you see a dysfunctional home, there's every tendency that the children will replicate it, they will reproduce it. Because while growing up, they have seen the way the father talks to the mother, or the way the mother harasses the father. And one way or the other, they may just grow up and discover that this is just a normal thing. It is not normal. The child is simply growing in a dysfunctional home and a dysfunctional family. A home where they use insult to wake you up in the morning. A home where when they are making a demand, instead of making a demand nicely, in a nice way, they have to maybe add insult or use abusive words, and they call it as normal. It is not normal. So many things happen while a child may be growing up, and you see it as normal. Now, when adults use that, they are saying it because of pain, because of challenges, because of anger, but children will see it as a normal way to grow up. So when they step out, when they grow up, they will do the same thing, and everybody outside there will be looking at them. What is wrong with this person? Why are you talking to me like that? Why are you behaving like this? And the child will be wondering, I'm just normal. And the other person will be looking, no, you're not normal. Because life is about 5 stages. The stage 1 is what we call the concept development stage. Okay, so this is where when children learn the concept about life from 0 to around, let's say, age 7, 8, 9, thereabout. And this happens because when a child is growing up, this is when they form the concept, the do and the don't, the idea, how to speak, how to respect adults, how to do so many of these things, how to eat and not drop food on the floor. So many things. This is when they learn everything. You cannot imagine when a child is at this concept development stage, and now the father and the mother are working, their habit is not the way it's supposed to be. The child will simply look at it and assume, okay, this is good. So one major person in the family that will face the brunt of all these crises are basically the children. Because they will grow with this idea that it's normal to insult, it's normal to keep on fighting, it's normal to be brutal or be abusive or to bully. They will just assume it's normal, whereas it's not normal. Okay? So when I see your child on the street, the way he or she behaves, what she does, is a reflection of the family where that child is coming from. So it has a lot of implication on children.
Wow. I'm sure my listeners are sober wherever they are. So, sir, knowing that this slow drift apart, this emotional divorce is very, very serious because it has a negative effect even on our children, whether we like it or not. What are the proactive steps that couples can take to avoid or prevent this emotional divorce that comes very softly? Because many times we might not even know. We might just feel I am overwhelmed with the responsibilities, of providing, of working. How do we now take that intentional steps to prevent this particular thing from happening to us as couples?
All right. It's quite important for us to understand one another. The partners in progress we are talking about must understand their temperament. All right. One partner may be able to, maybe interested in speaking up. The other person may not be interested in speaking up. Let me lay it down basically this way. One may be an extrovert. The other one may be an introvert. Now, the way the two broad categories operate are quite different. So it's good for partners to understand their temperament so that you will know the weaknesses, then we know the strength of each partner. That is number one. Then number two, you discover that what attracted you from day one. Make sure those things are still there. There's every tendency that because I'm married, then I can dress anyhow, do anything, behave anything now, everything. No, it doesn't work like that. What brought you together from day one must be kept in that relationship for that relationship to keep on thriving. because that was what attracted you before, then you are now supposed to make your partner a better version of themselves. How do you do that? Invest in your partner, assist your partner, support your partner. Okay. During my last Valentine dinner, we hold Valentine dinner for couples every year, apart from other programs we are trying to do. One major topic I made them to understand is that when you get married, don't lose your identity. There's every possibility that people get married and they completely lost their identity in marriage. It's not supposed to be like that. Before you got married, you had vision. Before you got married, you have your mission. Before you got married, you have your life ambition and goals. Marriage is not supposed to stop it. Marriage is supposed to amplify it. Now, the moment you lose your identity in marriage, the next thing that will step in is this. You'll not be happy with yourself. They may take you to Dubai, buy you the best houses, buy you the best shoes and bags, yet you are not happy. Because those things definitely will not make you happy. What makes you happy in marriage is when you fulfill your vision, your passion, your life goals. That is one trigger happiness in you. Then, joy and happiness is not from your partner. The name of that person is not Joy. Okay? The name of that person is not Joy. Okay? So just when you look at your name, your name is from my name is Israel and things like that. Joy is not even in the middle of my name. And let's even assume, okay, fine, your partner is called Joy. The person may be going through their own crisis, their own challenge. So you don't expect joy from somebody that's going through stress. So basically what I'm saying is this. Let joy comes within you. The joy of the Lord is your strength. Make sure when you fulfill your life ambitions, the things you want to achieve in life, the moment you achieve it, you discover that you are happy. So you discover that you have a lot of things internally that triggers your joy. When you are able to get results, when you are able to see your harvest, when you're able to see your success, those things trigger. When you are running a project or a service and you can see the impact and the result in the lives of people, you come alive. And it's that joy and that happiness you bring back to your family. And everybody will come alive. Oh, yeah, let's celebrate. That is when you celebrate. That is when you jump around. That is when you can have, okay, let's travel loud. Yes, because one way or the other, God has opened the door. Now you are making money. Oh, yeah, let's have a weekend stay. That is when it comes in. So because the reason why many people get married, okay, I want to get married so that I can have intimacy, I can have this, I can have children. Now you have children. You have to pay school fees. Are you happy? No, because you have plenty bills to pay. So you just discover, okay, in fact, your children will be talking and say, oh, keep quiet. Can't you see I'm thinking? No, I'll be wondering, why are you shouting on the innocent child now? I just came. You are the one that produced him or her. So why are you shouting? So one way or the other, you just have to look for the source of your joy internally. And it comes basically when you're able to fulfill your life purpose and your life ambition. But one major thing, let me just add one more point to this, is we have to respect boundaries. Most of the time, the fact that we are husband and wife does not mean we should not respect boundary. The moment your partner said, I'm not comfortable with this, that's boundary. The moment your partner said, I don't like the way you're talking to me, that is boundary. The moment your partner says, I don't like this, that is boundary. Boundary can come in several forms and things like that, okay? So the moment your partner says, I don't like it, that is boundary. And we take a lot of things for granted. You see, when you have your normal friends in secondary school, in university, and your friends say, I don't like this, and you keep doing it, you are looking for trouble because suddenly they will blow your face. Because you are really pushing them to the wall. The same thing is applicable to your partner. The partner may not blow your face, but your partner will withdraw. Because your partner say, I don't like this. And you keep doing it. I don't like the way you dress. I don't like the way, okay, you've been to work since morning, you're returning, you're not even, okay, go and shower. You said no. That's my sister, if you know what happens between husband and wife at times that causes drift, that causes misunderstanding, that causes crisis, sometimes it will blow your mind. I've had a story where a bottle of Coke almost destroyed a marriage. A bottle of Coke. Yeah. And some people, it could be the way they eat, because the other partner is so comfortable with the way they are eating. Maybe they may say they are too noisy. The other person may be okay. When you sleep, you snore. Okay. The person may say, I wasn't aware of that before, and things like that. So, so you have a lot of things that when it happens, it started giving you crisis and problems, and before you know it, the moment your partner says, I don't like this, I think it's better for us to start working towards it. But I equally encourage partners, what you don't like in your partner, help them get out of it, help them manage it until the problem is solved. There's no, the moment you get married, you are not the only one that will solve your problem. It becomes the family problem. It becomes a problem that the two of you will need to solve. So you don't say, I know it's your problem. No, there's nothing like it's your problem in marriage. Okay, it belongs to the two of you, and the two of you will need to really solve that problem.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So when is it time to seek professional help? When can my listeners say, oh, please, I need to call Dr. Oladipo. I think I need this counseling because we have drifted far away and I did not even know what was happening. So when can people get to the point that they feel that it is time to come and see Dr. Oladipo?
All right. The major problem I have with this type of work is when your car is faulty, you don't wait for the mechanic to call you. You take your car to the mechanic, okay? Or you invite the mechanic to come and solve your problem. You pay them, they go away. Then, when you are feeling sick, it's been a day or two, you are not feeling well, you are trying to even self-medicate, which is wrong, okay? But yes, you're not feeling fine. You are the one that will take yourself to see the doctor, all right? And when you get to the doctor, they will ask you questions, and one way or the other, the treatment will commence. Most of the time when we have relationship challenges, we always have this idea that we can manage it, we can handle it, okay? And this is all because we always avoid to accept that something is wrong. I don't know how we get to that point. The moment you start feeling stress, the moment you start feeling the sign of the drift, the moment you start feeling that, okay, I'm not having feeling for my partner again, things like that, it's quite important for us to start immediately to see a marriage counselor, to see a relationship coach, and if the case is really, really bad, then you have to see a therapist, which is quite important. A coach will help you from where you are, take you to the future, but a therapist will take you back to where the problem may likely come from, bring you back to the present before you can start going to the future. And that is why when it comes to therapy is expensive. Therapy is very, very expensive. So we encourage couples, if you can, try as much as possible not to get to that point. Don't, because you are going to really pay for it. So most of the time we always think, okay, they're just running counseling for me, they're just running something for me, without knowing that you are taking an hour, you are taking 3 hours, you are taking 4 hours from this person, and time is money. Before they became professionals, they've been able to learn. Like I'm having a coaching program that's coming up in March for whoever is interested in becoming a relationship coach. So it's quite important for us to become a certified relationship coach. You have to go to school. You have to learn. You have to sacrifice. You have to do a lot of things before you can get yourself to that point. And every moment counts in order for you to become a professional. So all those things are important. But most of the time, couples refuse to accept that something is wrong. And the moment they now get to the point, okay, fine, let me see a private counselor or let me see a therapist. The moment they come to you, remember or realize that they have gone very far. That the case is really becoming something else. That is why they are coming to you. Some people, they are already going through depression. Some people may be going through sleepless nights. Okay, you just discover that what you are going through in your family, or maybe you will go to work, you are not happy going back home. The moment you are getting to that point, please make sure you get counseling. It's not until everything goes south before you start running all over the place. No, the moment you just discover that you're not happy and it's becoming persistent, it's taking your sleep away, you are losing your appetite, The moment it's getting to that point, it's making you sick. The moment it's getting to that point, please speak up. Don't die in silence.
Wow, don't die
Yeah.
in silence. So, Dr. Deepa, before you tell us more about your services, okay, maybe there is a listener listening, and the listener is saying, I am willing to go for counseling, but my partner doesn't want to come along with me. What can that person do? Should that person just come alone first?
Yes. Most of the time, when things like this happens, you will always have contact with the first, with the willing partner first. That is what usually happens. No matter what happens, your first contact will be the person that is interested in solving the problem. All right. So you start working on that person until, you technically or through your tools, you are able to start working on the other partner. One way or the other is the first partner that will come first. Then gradually you'll be able to bring in the second partner. The second partner may not come due to several reasons or due to so many things, but no matter what happens, it's always the first partner that comes first. So I always want to encourage, no matter what is happening, make sure you don't keep quiet. Step out, speak with professionals, get the solution, then you can take it back home, because basically we will tell you what to do. Okay? When I run counseling, when you come, we give you forms of you, we give you one for your partner. Okay? When it's okay, your partner is this, whatever, we have to really tell you, okay, handle it this way, handle it this way, handle it this way. If you're not been communicating, we'll tell you, okay, start communicating. Okay? Just send appreciation. Okay, good morning. How was your day? Just start communicating. Initially, they may not respond, but gradually, by the time they start responding, that's communication already. You can start building on that, and before you know it, you will be able to solve the problem. The problem between man and wife can, most of the time, now then let me say this from most of the time when couples come, partner comes to you, the person that comes to you is always innocent. It's always the other person that's not there that's always guilty. so it's always like that. Okay, so yes, it's always like that, because and that's why as professionals, no matter who's talking to us, we don't just take it from the face value. Though we don't go beyond what you are telling us, basically as professionals, but at the same time, we realize that if you can really bring your partner, it will help us better to be able to solve your problem. Because most of the time we'll just point at accusing figure, they treat me like this, they did this, but by the time your partner shows up and start to speak, you discover that it's even the person that is talking. Yeah, you see this true picture, then you'll be able to really solve the problem. So it's quite important for us to understand that looking for professionals really solve a lot of problems. It will help you to live long. It will help your mental health. It will really help you. It's just like when you know that, okay, you are getting to a certain age, you are dropping some food, you are dropping some character, you are dropping this. The same way, the moment you get married, you have to basically drop some things. It's quite important. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. But before we round up, we just want to hear from Dr. Oladipo. Sir, this is the time when you tell my listeners about your services, your consultancy. Tell us as much as you can, and how they can also connect with you online, maybe through Facebook or Instagram or whatever means of communication. So the floor is yours now. You can tell us what you want us to know about.
All right. So basically, my name is Dr. Israel Oladipo. I'm a relationship coach, a marriage mentor. I'm a family practitioner. So I've been trained. I've been in this assignment for more than 15 years, close to 18 years right now. And I've been trained I've been certified with several organizations, and we have several clients we are working with. And apart from having clients, we equally have institutes we work with every day, because knowledge is growing, knowledge is progressive. So every day we learn new things, we discover new things, depending on the generation we are treating with. And basically, our assignment is not limited to boundaries of religion or ethnicity. It's global. And that's why most of the time when we run our programs, we make sure we don't give it ethnic coloration or religious coloration. No, this is basically for everybody. Because what we are talking about does not It's just like when you're talking about inflation in the market. Inflation in the market does not have any color. Okay, it affects everybody. The same thing when crisis comes in homes, it affects everybody. So basically, we run counseling program, we run therapy program, we run marriage counseling, we run a lot of things like that people can really leverage on. Like in few days, we'll be running first this year relationship coaching certification program for people that are interested in becoming relationship coaches. It will be for 5 days. It will be 5 intensive days because we'll be going through about 10 modules for the 10 days. It's always an online thing because most of the time or sometimes we have students from outside the state. Sometimes, in fact, in this class, I will have I will have some people from London that will join the class. It's an evening class from 7 p.m. in the evening to around 9 p.m. thereabout in the evening. So no matter where you are, you can easily link and join and connect. And by the time you are through with this 5 days intensive training, you become a certified relationship coach. And the moment we are done with that, we don't just leave you in the cold. No, we don't basically do that. We make sure we have a group where you can interact, you can ask questions. When you're going through a challenge, or maybe you are running a program or service with your client, and you need clarification, you can easily drop it in the group. And because everybody there has been trained, we can easily drop idea for you. Do it this way and do it this way. And by the time you're done with the training, you discover the area you want to specialize. You want to concentrate on family. You want to concentrate on singles. You want to concentrate on children. Okay, so basically these are the basic things we do. So we run programs like that, and under this also we run training for marriage boards. Some people have marriage board, maybe in their churches, in their groups. They have people that run counseling for people, and some of them may not be trained. We can equally run training for them. Sometimes we go to organization, public or private, to run programs for them, to run training for them, to teach them about family, to teach them about relationship. I'm on radio every Wednesday. I'm on Nigeria Info 95, Nigeria Info, Abuja, every Wednesday between 2 and 3 every Wednesday. Then apart from running relationship programs, I'm equally a management consultant. Basically, I run training for public sector, for private sector. I run training, I run capacity building on just like what you read at the beginning. So I run training generally, okay, and do certification program. But apart from that, also I equally run in when it comes to relationship, when it comes to families, when it comes to individuals, when it comes to married or single. I equally run this program. Yeah.
Wow. So are you also on social media? In case someone listening would like to connect with you on social media like Facebook, we are in that age now, and I don't know if there's any way we can connect with you there, sir.
Yes, for now I'm trying to really reset my handles, but let me just mention the few ones I have for now that people can. Basically, when you put my name, Israel Oladipo, my picture is there. I have on Facebook. Basically, Israel Oladipo. Maybe later on I can send you some of these handles. So Israel Oladipo, you can connect with me there. You'll see my face. You see my picture. See a few things I post. But basically, when it comes to relationship, I use relationship bridge. Leadership and relationship bridge. Okay. It's equally on Facebook. All right. Okay. So basically, that one is totally dedicated to leadership and relationship issues. Okay. Our flyers, our programs, and some other few things we are building on that. When you go to equally to Instagram, by the time just put on my name straight Israel Oladipo, you'll be able to get it. But if people want to basically have the handle, maybe later on I'll be sending these ones to you.
Okay. So yes. In closing, sir, what will be your final words to us couples. How can we maintain a healthy and fulfilling emotional connection so that we don't encourage this slow drift apart? What would be your parting words to us, sir?
So my parting word is what brought you together initially. Make sure those things are still there. Number one. Number two, make sure there is boundary. Make sure there is boundary. Anything your partner is not interested in, find a way to manage it. Don't insist. Being a husband is not to be in control. It's about leadership. So we have to really understand that you are not married to control anybody. You can't control anybody. There will be resistance. Okay? So basically, it's about leadership. It's about management. It's quite important for us to know that. The next thing I will say briefly is this. Please, individually, partners in any relationship, we need to get to know ourselves. Some people don't know themselves. And if they don't know themselves, they will be doing so many things and they will not see it as wrong. It's just like when we're talking about a difficult spouse or a difficult partner. Some of these things are in one of my new book, Relationship Intelligence. So we need to know ourselves personally, know your temperament, know your attitude, know your background. Because if we grew in an environment that is cantankerous, that is dysfunctional, there's every tendency we will bring that into our marriage. And before you know it, you will stress out your partner. You will make your partner tired. And the moment you get there, drift will come in. So it's quite important for us to do that. Then allow your partner to breathe. Allow your partner to breathe. If your partner is a sanguine, normally a sanguine make friends. They talk, they call. They are the light of the party. And you are the opposite. So don't say because your partner is moving out, enjoying themselves, okay, and you say, no, sit down, you're married. Please shut up. Allow the person to enjoy themselves. The fact that you are not like that does not mean you should clip the wings of the other person. No. So understand yourself, understand your partner, and that is what we call emotional intelligence. This is quite important. The more your partner flies in the area of their temperament and who they are originally, the more they come alive. But most of the time you say, because I'm married, then you are now caging your partner. No, you can't turn your partner to yourself, and your partner cannot turn you to herself. It doesn't work like that. You are together to blend your temperament, to blend your opinion together and become one single team. Is quite important. So nobody wins individual games. Only team win games. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir. Nobody wins on their own. Together, we win together. Yes. Thank you so much, sir. We hope you will come back again. Thank you so
Hopefully,
much.
Yes.
And we really look forward to another episode with you, because we can really glean from a lot of your wisdom. And my listeners, please, you need to call Dr. Oladipo for his counseling session.
Yes, and for the training too.
Yes, and for the training. Thank you so much, sir. And
thank you.
Don't take your time for granted. Thank you, and God bless you, sir.
Thank you so much for your opportunity. I really appreciate you. You're doing a great job. You're really doing a great job, touching lives, healing people. This is a great job. And I wish you the best speed and progress. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for joining us this week on the At Home with Ifeno podcast. Check us out on Instagram at Ifeno17 and on YouTube at Home with Ifeno podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch every new episode and leave us a comment so we can build a strong community. See you in 2 weeks' time.